Highly unlikely we can get this done in time.
I doubt it.
We're talking about the triple threats in the world of music.
Triple threats. Let's talk about what our triple threat is today. We're talking about guys who can play their instrument.
Yes.
Can also write a mean song.
Yes.
And can sing their little butts off.
Yes.
Triple threat.
Okay, I'm gonna let you sort of lead this one, like, because I'm saving mine. I'm putting them in my pocket, my side pocket. I got one that I'm sort of saving that no one really thinks about.
I'm gonna say I think, at least, especially in the world of guitar players, that the good old country music is gonna fare really well in this.
Okay.
Vince Gill.
Okay, so Vince Gill. So what does he do? Okay, he plays guitar pretty well.
He's a pretty darn good guitar player. He's a pretty darn good songwriter, and he's an amazing singer.
He can play other things besides guitar as well.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah, Vince Gill's amazing. Now, there's no other country artist that can do that.
What about Brad Paisley?
Sir Brad Paisley. Has he been knighted yet?
He should be.
He should be knighted by the Queen. She has time to do this still.
The Queen of America.
Oh God, who is that?
I don't know.
Like Mrs. Biden?
I don't know about laws and rules and things, Baxter.
That's weird. Queen Biden. That's weird sounding. Anyway.
I don't think that's the thing.
Oh yeah.
What about Keith Urban?
Damn. Yeah, I was gonna say another American country. Wait a minute.
Darn those Aussies.
Keith Urban is pretty spectacular. And I didn't really respect his talent until I really dug into his music a bit more. Because he's just pretty and he's a pop
very
star.
pretty.
And I met him at the American Idol thing, and I was like, man, that's just a good-looking person. At first, I thought it was a lady. It was so pretty from a distance. Like, it's a pretty. Like, then you see Jalen, like, oh, that's a lady.
That's a lady.
And Harry Connick Jr., that's a good-looking dude.
He
and
is.
then the whole thing. But anyway, so yes, Keith Urban.
Harry Connick.
That was going to be my surprise. I was going to wait till at the end. I didn't mean to. I shouldn't have brought American Idol up.
Also a triple threat killer piano player.
So Harry Connick is like
singer.
and drummer and a guitar player and everything. That dude plays everything. And he can orchestrate a band. See, he's one of the most talented cats that people would just think like, oh, he's an actor, he's an American
He's just
Idol.
pretty. No,
he's unbelievable.
You seen that video where he flip-flops the crowd clapping?
No.
Incredibly hard to do. The crowd he's playing, the crowd is really screwing him because they're clapping on 1 and 3. And he keeps playing, never misses a beat, talks to them, and gets the beat flip-flopped so that they're on 2 and 4 and finishes his song.
Instead of doing the 1 and 3 for him and ruining his life.
Yeah.
No, I remember seeing him as a young kid. Like, I was obsessed with Harry Connick Jr. before he was an actor. Like, I used to listen to all of his records on tape. And because he had this contract with, it might have been RCA, I can't remember the label. I feel like it was RCA, I don't remember. But where he had to do like a solo record every 5 years, and like 20 and 25. Like 25 is phenomenal if you haven't listened to it. And then like the red light, blue light, that's when he had the whole full band. You're like, how does this one guy do all this stuff? He orchestrates, and you see him in live shows back in his younger days. He's running from playing the drums to like grabbing an upright bass and shredding on it better than most.
I didn't know he played all that stuff.
He played piano. He's obviously a prodigy.
Yeah.
His dad was the DA in New Orleans. Like I think they sent him up to New York to become like this jazz cat, and he was a prodigy. Obviously, as a kid, and that's what people don't know. Like he's not just a normal musician. And like that's I just wanted to get right in there. So if you haven't checked out Harry Connick Jr. and even his pop record it's really good. He had that was in the 90s too, like probably like 95, somewhere in that ballpark.
Why is Harry Connick Jr. so cool? I think
that's like a video right there.
It's coming.
It's
I see it in the works.
It's probably not going to happen, but
this was sort of it.
That's it.
This was kind of it for that. But we didn't plan that.
No, we didn't. Well, it's
just happened.
No,
I
had him in my pocket. I was like, this guy's, nobody knows how good he is. And Hope Floats is one thing with Sandra Bullock, brilliance. Love her. But his talent and just the fact that he can hear like an out of tune horn from across the room, and an orchestra of horns like Frank Sinatra skills.
That's pretty insane.
Give me some more.
More triple threats.
I got another huge one.
Let's hear your huge one.
I mean, okay, he's sort of in the line. I consider this sort of a parallel with Harry. Prince, obviously, like Prince is
like more than a triple threat.
Prince is almost I'd put him in deity level.
Yeah.
Like there's sort of like demigods, like, and Prince is I think a living, since deceased, but he was a living demigod as far as his abilities. Like everyone we mentioned is phenomenal. Then Prince sort of transcended that, and created not just music that has become beyond iconic, but it has been the measure for what we like judge great pop songs by. And his guitar playing is amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
And his piano playing is amazing. His drum playing is amazing.
Yeah.
And his singing is not of this world. I'd say he's one of the best.
There you go. And talking about, like, I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be just guitar players, because we talked about Harry Connick Jr. What about some drummers like Phil Collins? Amazing drummer.
Yes.
Great singer.
100%.
Great songwriter. I know we just talked about him in our last video.
But no,
was that in this video? I don't know.
I can't remember.
I lose
It's all a
track.
big blur.
That's right.
But Phil Collins he's phenomenal. I've seen him live as well back in the 90s, I think, and he was, I mean, he can play other things. He's phenomenal. His singing is amazing. And I always find it, like, I think it's funny thinking back to Phil Collins, like the fact that was a pop star.
Yeah.
He's not like a good looking traditional dude. He looks kind of funny. His hair was weird. You know, like he's not very tall.
No.
He doesn't have, he's, yeah, because
fairly unlikely candidate for a pop star.
you know, and like the main reason we're doing this video too is we want people to think outside the box of just like our normal heroes, because you know we obviously got like Clapton, Hendrix, Jimmy Page, SRV, all those cats.
John Mayer, even, you know,
John
yeah.
Mayer, and John Mayer can kind of live in that world.
Yeah.
You know, but some of our guys not necessarily.
Right.
So I'm not going to put Clapton in it. He's a god, a demigod of the guitar and the blues, but I'm not going to say he's a triple threat as far as like maybe.
I mean, he's a great writer. He's a great singer.
Maybe,
he's a great guitar
maybe I'm
player.
wrong. Maybe I'm talking myself out of it. But I just think of him as like guitar god.
You don't really
god.
think of him like, Vince Gill. They're different in my brain.
Or like Prince, and I think Prince and
Right.
Harry Connick Jr. are the ones that I sort of hold in that sort of strange way. Like they just did so many other things so phenomenally well. Frank Sinatra is one that's like he can play, he can sing, he can compose, he can orchestrate.
See, I don't feel like I know as much about him. Well, like, what did he play? Did he play everything?
He can play a little bit of everything. He can mock it. He's not like a phenomenon in the same way. So I guess maybe not. It's tricky. But it just his orchestra. Yeah, it's different. He's an orchestrator, and his vocal style.
But I mean, that's such a skill.
But we're talking about triple threats.
we're
We gotta
talking about
stick to
triple
our
threats.
Of course, that's where I think Prince might take the cake as far as being able to play everything. Oh,
And not just play it, like destroy it. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't just play all the things. He is fantastic at all the things.
I want to say Michael Jackson, but he doesn't like play all the things.
It's like he just hears it in his head.
He's a god,
You know.
But
Like that one scene in the documentary where they're like, well, you know, we'll cue you when the screen is happening behind you. And he's like, no. But Michael, I'll just feel it. I'll just know.
I'll feel the energy wave from the screen.
And he does.
He does. But like just jump in, like let us know, like some cats that are out there that you love. Like there's a few core ones I'm leaving out on purpose because I want to get the conversation
we want to hear
started
what
on
you
it.
guys think.
And there's some big fish.
There are.
It's not Chubby Checker,
It's not.
who's phenomenal. It's not Chuck Berry. Talking that later too. Chuck Berry could have his own video and just like on sections of his giggings and how weird that cat was. That's it. That's all I got to say on this one. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Threats. All right, that's it. That's all we got to say. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Please let us know in the comments, who are we missing? Who are the big triple threat guys, or the guys who do more than a triple threat? Hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Click that bell for videos in the future. We'll see you next time.